I do remember it was a couple of years in the making. I had the idea, and we had a few tunes, and we were, you know, we were playing around with some stuff, and yeah, it just sort of seems to happen organically. I suppose hardcore was a bit of a turning point at that time. You know, the happy hardcore bubble had sort of well and truly burst, and you know, this new tougher sound that we were working on was really sort of almost seemed like it was sort of trailblazing a little bit, you know, because we were sort of bucking the trend of all the anthemic happy hardcore, and we wanted to do something a little bit more real, to sort of bring it up to date a bit, I suppose, to kind of help move the sound on a bit. It was getting stagnant and it needed something different, and I suppose Dave and I just consciously thought we need to put some effort into being a bit more original, and we did that through our love of, I suppose, Dutch hardcore and the tougher sounds, really, and also like the breakbeat hardcore as well. We loved that, so just showcasing the different aspects of hardcore rather than just your typical sort of trancey, happy vibes that were being pumped out by everyone else. They kind of picked themselves, Gaz. Yeah, they were the biggest and best TNC tracks, I believe, through DJing and through seeing the sales figures, seeing what was working on the dance floor, you know, what people were buzzing about. They sort of picked themselves, I think. I suppose DJing for a few years, your ears get attuned to what sounds good and what doesn't sound so good, you know, especially when you're playing on big systems. If you went in from one tune with like a really good bottom end and good kick drum and good bass into a track that wasn't really pumping, then you could notice. So yeah, it needed to be well produced as well. I think at £75 they get over 200 tracks of digital goodness, which is pretty much everything that was available on my hard drives and CD collections. I've been through the lot. Unfortunately, there were a couple that I couldn't find, but you've got 99.9% TNC, Robbie Long, Back Cat. It's there, and it's nice to be able to put it forward and you know, give it as a complete package. And then for £100 we've got t-shirts, which are looking pretty good, and picture disc clock, which you know, the picture disc came out really well. I had a few left, so we've done some clocks and they look really good on the wall. I really like, there's a few tunes for different reasons, but I really like Trigger Hardcore. I think for me that epitomises what Thin and Crispy was about, really. Just no nonsense, really big kick drum slamming, nice uplifting rave element, but just fun, just having fun, you know, with the music and putting that as a vibe through the music onto the dance floor so the ravers could enjoy it, you know. That's a special tune for us, but yeah, different tunes for different reasons. I really like a tune, I think it's TNC Limited 4 that Stormtrooper did, called Lost in Space. It's like a freeform tune. Now, I'm not a real massive freeform fan, but this tune, I had a real sort of special moment with it, playing in Australia with A.M.S. We were in Adelaide and it was a free formation night, and Sharky and Energy were like massive out there, and this club was just rammed. They must have had about 900 people. It was full capacity, this club, and I came on after A.M.S. and dropped this about the third tune in, and they loved their freeform, and the tune, I don't know, I don't think the crowd had even heard it before, but the reaction through me dropping it and the crowd and the feedback, it blew my mind, and that's one of the special moments that I have DJing. So if I didn't have that experience, then that tune probably wouldn't mean so much to me, but you know, that's one that's really, every time I hear it, I'm instantly in that club, and it was electric, you know. So yeah, that was a good one. I really like a breakbeat tune that me and Dave did. What's it called? I think it's TNC3. Get High, that's it, Get High. I really like that because it just reminds me of summer for some reason. I think we nicked the strings out of Summertime, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, I think, and just loved the cut and paste action of that tune, the sampling mentality that Dave and I had when we were in the studio together. You know, he would be, you know, turning the knobs, I'd be on the decks, and we'd going through records and sampling bits, just so much fun. Sort of nicking bits of other tunes and rap acapellas and break beats and all sorts of stuff really, and putting it all together into a melting pot. Yeah, you know, with that sort of, with that ethos of just making a big banging tune, you know. That's a special tune for me. And then I suppose you got Secret Raver by Kurt. That was a big tune, I remember. Yeah, all of them were pretty special, to be fair. Now I'm just producing, just learning really, just on a big learning curve. Yeah, just in the studio, generally in the morning. I find that's the best time that I get creative. And yeah, every morning I'm in there working on new material. This year, 2018, I launched a new project, DOG, and I've got 6 releases out. I think actually release number 6 comes out tomorrow, funnily enough. Yeah, so it's sort of a lot slower than the sort of 175 BPM of TNC, but you know, I'm no spring chicken, so I'm enjoying it. You know, all the influences that I've had are still with me, and yeah, I'm making music with the same ethos in mind, which is to get people dancing on the dance floor. That's it really for me, bottom line. I don't know. I have thought about it, and it was something that we did for so long. You know, you got to remember that sort of you know, I started DJing in sort of 1991, and you know, 10 years later we're starting a record label, and then 10 years after that, you know, we're still involved in the scene, or there or thereabouts. You know, so I had a good 20-year run at it, and with like kick drum hardcore at 175 beats per minute, there's only so many ideas you can have and so many things you can do with it, that I feel that with those 200 odd tracks with Thin and Crispy, and I wasn't involved in all of them by any stretch of the imagination, but I've written a lot of tunes. We did a lot of remixes. I don't know, it's kind of like just needed a new challenge really, musically. So for me to go back, I don't know, I'm always one of these guys that wants to sort of push forward, and it's good to look back, but I don't know, it would almost feel like doing a U-turn, where quite excited about my new musical project and I'm focused on that. And so no, I can't see that happening anytime soon, but who knows, but I am up for playing some classic sets, because you know, it still means the world to me, you know. It was an era in my life, and something that I'm still passionate about. It's quite unique, it's got its own sort of vibe and sound, so yeah, still happy to play that and push that. But with regards to writing new stuff, I don't know what I could bring to the table, to be honest, that I haven't already done and expressed in the music. Right, I don't know if you guys know, but we've released an album with Hardcore Underground. It's Thin and Crispy, The Chronicles, and it's 3 CDs. 2 CDs are unmixed Thin and Crispy classics, and you've got CD 3, which is a real banging DJ mix by yours truly. I've really put my all into it. I think it's come out really well. Along with that, you've got digital access to all of the tunes that feature on the 3 CDs, and we've got some special collector's bundles also, where you can have access to the whole Thin and Crispy back catalogue, plus we've done some t-shirts and some picture discs. And yeah, we've got a nice little package, so there's a few options there for different entry level prices. Thin and Crispy, you know, The Chronicles, get involved.